Hey guys, it's So Fashion Week TV and I am coming through with another video. Now this video is going to be a part of my Sewing 101 series, and we're going to be talking about how to customize your garments using trim. So when I started my sewing journey months back, I did a lot of ad hoc sewing, and I can't stress enough to you guys how old that got. It got really boring to me, and I really wanted to step up my game. And one of the many ways that I did that was, one, to start sewing utilizing commercial patterns, and then two, customizing my garments more to my style. And how I did that was using trim. So I have some examples of some of the items that I pick up when I go to the trim stores, and how I incorporate that into the items that I have been assembling. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So this first thing that I have here is some elastic, and I know that, you know, typically when we think in terms of elastic, we think of something that looks like this, something that is kind of hidden and that we put inside of a garment that no one can see. But I like to incorporate more decorative elastic pieces to things like pencil skirts and waistbands of like my pants, just to add some additional flair and to make it look more unique and also more professional looking. So here is a yard of some elastic trim that I purchased at one of the local trim stores here in the New York, New Jersey area. I'll post a link to their store below, because you can purchase some of their trim online. And something like this I would use as like a waistband on like a pencil skirt, or maybe a waistband on some like stretchy pants. And I do have some other examples of trim that I use on my garments. Now this I got at M&J Trimming. They also have a website that I'll post below, but I actually went to their brick and mortar store in New York City. So here is some trim here. This is like a faux leather with some gold hardware. And this, I haven't really decided what I wanted to do with this, but this is something that you can add to like pockets on a garment. Here is some additional elastic that I picked up, which I also really love. And I'm gonna actually show you how I incorporated this into a pencil skirt. Okay guys, so here is a pencil skirt that I made not too long ago. And as you can see, I used this elastic piece here as the waistband for my pencil skirt. And then I added some rib knit to the bottom of the skirt. So you can also utilize, you know, rib knit, which is also something that you can purchase in a trim store, to add onto your garments, just to give something that an old regular, just a regular plain pencil skirt, some added flair, some pops of color. This is really something nice and inexpensive that you can incorporate into just plain garment. Okay guys, moving on, here is another piece of elastic that I purchased also. I actually used this in a pair of lace pants, but the client never came to pick up the pants, so I'm just going to use this on something else. On here is another piece of elastic trim. Now this has some actual hardware on it, so you want to be careful when you're running this through your machine, because you could possibly break a needle if the needle was to hit up against this. There is enough free edge for you to, you know, stitch this onto a garment. So when you're using something like this, you just want to be mindful of, you know, running it through your machine, just to make sure that you don't get any, you don't break a needle. But this is also really nice to add like as a waistband onto a garment. Okay, and then lastly, this is some textured elastic, and you know, this looks probably more similar to elastic that you've seen in, you know, your craft stores, or you know, in Walmart, like in the sewing aisle, but this textured piece of elastic makes it kind of like interchangeable. Yeah, you can probably use this and hide it inside of a garment, but because it has this textured piece, you can actually use this as an exposed waistband. And I do like that about the elastics that you could purchase at trim stores. So you don't have to be limited in the way you utilize your elastic. If you go into a trim store, you can see an array of different types of elastic trimmings that you can use to incorporate into your garment to make it more customized, more unique to your style. So definitely do not limit yourself in your sewing and making and constructing your garments. You can definitely, the sky is the limit. And I have had so much fun shopping for trim and thinking of ways that I can kind of incorporate that into the clothing that I make. So let me just show you some other examples of that. Okay guys, so as I stated, using trim is basically customizing your garment. So here's another example of trim that you can add on to just a plain old garment. Now this is something that I constructed and assembled, and I added the trimming here around the neck, and then I also added this jewel piece, and then I also added some rib knit to the sleeve, and then also to the bottom of the top that I constructed. So something like this can run you anywhere from like $8 to $12, and it washes well. I've washed this at least once and my trim is still intact on my garment. And here's another example of using elastic trim for your waistbands on your pencil skirt. Here is some decorative elastic trim that I used on another pencil skirt. And then I also added the rib knit to the bottom. And that does it for this video, guys. So I hope that this video was helpful to you guys in being able to spruce up some of your garments. If you have things that you've already assembled and you just want to give them a touch of flair or a touch of class, then definitely hit up the trim store links that I posted below, or in your local sewing community. I'm pretty sure that they have some information posted on places where you can get really nice inexpensive trimming. So, you know, definitely hit up your local areas. And yeah, that does it for this video, guys. Thumbs up if you like these types of videos and you want to see more, or tell me some of the things that you guys do to customize your garments. I would love to know, or post a video response also. I like to see what you guys are doing. And yeah, that just about does it. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.